Welcome back to Two Brothers Sports Podcast, presented by RambleOnSports.com. It is Friday, December 22nd. You guys are probably listening to this, maybe wrapping up your work day, maybe off today, getting ready for the holiday season. So, first off, happy holidays to everyone. Hopefully, we can maybe give you some winners here. We've got Sean and Max here, as always, as we get into week 16 of the NFL season. We are rolling, maybe our teams so to speak, for this group here. Not so much rolling, but we're not even going to get into it. We just know that we are all looking at draft picks. Packers, if they do anything to even try to get into the playoffs, I think I'm done with them at this point. So, hey, all three of us, Steelers, Bears, Packers, we're rooting for draft picks. But, anyways, you know what we like? We like winning. We like winning bets and we like making money. So, even our teams aren't winning, let's keep that going. So, without further ado, Sean, Max, fellas, how we doing on this beautiful Thursday night?
Great, dude. I mean, it's felt like a long week because it's when you anticipate a holiday or like I get next week off. So like I'm anticipating a long, nice vacation. It just feels like the week drags. But draft pick wise, the Bears are sitting with number one. So I'm already chilling, but excited to be here. Happy holidays to everyone. Yeah, it's been a good year.
You better tell Carolina to chill out. Win last week. Hopefully not a win this week against the Packers. But
Yeah.
happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you guys. Can't wait to. I'll do the quick trip down I-95 tomorrow and be in Richmond. So I get to see your guys' beautiful faces. Probably Saturday. But yeah, we still got some football left, and hopefully we still got a couple more winners to keep us above 500.
I
And
love it.
guess what? We are at this point, I think, with our teams and how we're looking on the American football front, our English football front, looking much, much better. And I know we will be watching that Arsenal Liverpool game on Saturday. That's going to be a big one.
Huge.
Looking forward to that. Um, Hey, Brentford's okay, dude. They lost Ivan Tony. They've got some injuries. They're tweaked up. Hey, Brentford just keep building on what they got. They're getting there. Villa is bound to probably drop off a little bit, but I am enjoying the ride while I can. So, it's one of those things where they say, you wish you knew you were in the golden days or the best time of your life when you were actually in it and you just enjoyed it more. That's where I'm at with Villa football this season. So let's just enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it while I can. We all know that the big guys are going to come through, but I love my guy Unai Emery, and
You
let's get
guys are,
American football.
yeah. You
So
guys are up there with the big guys. You guys look amazing. So
looking good
Yeah,
right
you
now.
guys, you guys were tough draw. So I think it's got staying power.
I hope so. I hope so. Got to keep everyone healthy. That Brentford Villa game, Max, was an absolute shit show of a game.
it
But
was.
that's okay. It was fun. It was entertaining.
I made
There's
my money. I didn't bet money lines or draws or anything. I knew what was going to happen, but I just stuck with my guts and I made some money, so I'll take
both
it.
teams to score and over 2.5. You can't ask for anything better than that. And not realizing there is that little bit of blood between a couple of the Brentford guys and
Really?
Villa. So there was that extra added stuff. And I said to you guys that Emmy Martinez is like the most hated goalkeeper in the world right now.
I
And
fucking
I
hate him.
finally
I
understand.
fucking hate
Fuck
that
that.
guy.
I finally get it. I get it. I
Like
get it now. Okay. I
he's
get
such a piece of shit. I saw what he was doing there at the end.
pulling the
Literally.
guy up by the jersey. I
Yeah,
love it.
that was
Just
so
petty
disrespectful.
footy. Petty footy,
I mean,
baby.
it's one of those guys like every single other person hates him, and but he's on your team. He's just like, like love, let's go.
Yep.
He's
Corey
good,
Perry.
but fuck him.
Very good. Piece of
AKA Corey Perry.
Yeah,
I love it. I
he's a
love it.
World Cup winner,
Hey,
Yes, dude. World Cup like fucking
legend.
saver. I mean, Jesus
yeah,
Christ. But yeah.
absolute monster in PKs. But yeah, so a lot of good footy. So we will
Yeah.
definitely, absolutely get into that. I'm looking at the slate here. We've got the Saints Rams tonight, so we won't get into that because not going to be worth it to the listeners here. But got a couple games on Saturday. I see Bengals, Steelers, Bills, Chargers. So happy with that. So we get a couple games there, and then of course we've got the Sunday, Monday games with Christmas Eve, and then a couple on Christmas Day. Lot of good games though. I'm very excited to get in this football slate, but wanted to see any quick thoughts or anything, maybe from not our teams last weekend, from the NFL slate? Any surprises or just quick notes before we get into the picks?
Bills are back.
Bills are back.
Like my take is, why did the Bills like fuck around in those like couple random games they lost? Like Denver, Jets week 1. I think they will end up making the
So
playoffs.
weird.
It'd be a real shame if they don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't really know what their schedule is coming out after obviously this week, but um, yeah, they have to. I mean, especially with the Texans kind of slipping now too. Even though they were all, I think they were always in the hunt, but it will be interesting. AFC's got a bunch of what now 7-7 teams or 8-6.
8-6. I mean, the Colts could overtake and win the South if the Jags keep slipping.
Jags look rough, but
That's scary.
yeah, it was a solid week. I mean, dude, that fucking Bengals game was crazy. That was a roller coaster. I had Bengals money line, and then live bet them at plus 100 money line, and then I was like, holy shit! Like I was biting my nails for sure.
I love it. And the other thing I'll say, the only other thing I had was just what the fuck is going on with the Philadelphia Eagles right now? They were like the best covering team in all of football for the first 9 to 12 weeks of the season, and now they've just absolutely collapsed, looking like dog doo doo. And props to Seattle, I guess, getting that dub. But yeah, other than that, we shall see, right? Got a couple more weeks. We got what, 3 more weeks here. Very good slate. I'm looking at the lines, a lot of good stuff. And I mean, I'm looking at last week, not our best week. I went a fucking dope ass 1-3-1. Sean, I think had 2-3. You guys can correct me on these if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Max had, I think, 3 of his 4 losses were all by a point. If you do the over-under on Pittsburgh, I think was 43. Washington, LA was at 49, and that was over under 50. Mr. Tommy Cutlets had 179 and a half passing yards. I think he had 177 on the game. And just not a fun week for the fellas here. But
Vegas knows.
Vegas knows, and we've had some good weeks the last couple weeks. So, you know what that means? This is the week we bounce back. This is the week we get it. And you know what we do know? We know fucking favorites because we hit all of them. We all hit our favorites this week. So that's what we do know. And even though we're not doing the draft pick kind of setup, I do like that we did hit those favorites. All pretty good games there. And I just
Oh, what
fucked
did
up.
you just do?
Yeah, I don't know what I just
Just undo. I'm
we
not gonna click
There we
anything.
go. Yep, we're back. The sheet is back. The almighty sheet is back. All right. So with that being said, Sean is going to lead us off with pick 1. Max is going to lead us off with pick numero 2, and I will bring it up the rear.
All right, perfect.
Do it.
With pick 1-1, I will go over in Baltimore, San Francisco at 47. Like San Francisco overs, like 6 out of their last 7 have hit. Baltimore can certainly score there. And I think a lot of ways we can do this. Of course, if San Francisco just goes 8 mode on offense, that helps. I think a close game where it goes back and forth, that helps. Just I don't know. It's Christmas night. It'll be sick.
Oh, it's gonna be. I'm glad you brought that up first. That was like hell of a way to start. That's gonna be probably the best game of the year or the week. And
yeah, I mean, on paper might be these are arguably the best NFC and best AFC team playing each other.
we
in
could
late
see
season.
this in February, right? Is
Good.
that what we're gonna talk about?
Absolutely, we could.
Hey, you know what helps with your over 2? I was gonna say the one thing I just checked, but the one thing I was scaring me if it was in Baltimore, those tend to be their games.
There's something about that. If it was in Baltimore,
Love
it would have made me more nervous, but
Yep. No, I like that one.
it'll still be like, pretty maybe sun to start the game.
Yeah, just peeking in. I love it. With Christmas Day, we're gonna be hanging out. Everyone's gonna be kind of drowsy and then be like, it's like that. Everyone's gonna be woken up real fast.
Football.
I like that. Max, where are you going with pick
Number
number 102?
102. Let's see. I'm gonna go. Colts +2. Dude, they're looking pretty solid. Atlanta, iffy. I mean, they did nothing with Bijan last week. Um, it was a tight game versus Steelers last week, but I don't know. Minshew's got that mania rolling, and they're looking solid. Michael Pitts, he took that hard hit last week, right? Or was that 2 weeks?
No,
Yeah,
that was last week.
Last week,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Haven't heard much on him, but still, they got Zach Moss who's been rolling.
Jonathan Taylor's back this week.
Ooh, love that as well. So defense also looked pretty good. Even I know it was the Steelers offense, but so give me that +2. Falcons and Arthur Smith is just a monstrosity. So
So
how
bad.
can I not?
Love that. Absolutely fade the Falcons right now. Love that pick, Max.
Oh, yep. I'm with that there. I'm gonna knock out my favorite. There's a couple favorites I like, a couple -3s I really, really like. But the one I'm going with is the Detroit Lions -3 against Minnesota. I think it's going to be relatively close for the most part. And then I think there's going to be a couple plays in like the third, fourth quarter that Detroit's just going to start pulling away. Um, I very surprised that it was at a -3, but I will take that. I think Minnesota looked good against Cincy, but Detroit is not the same beast as a Jake Browning. Cincy, no disrespect to Cincy, but Detroit really needs to get their shit going. And I think this is like a very get right. Hey, we are getting very close to the playoffs. We need to kind of take care of this division, lock this shit up. And so give me Detroit on the favorite. And for my dog, for my dog, um, you know, I'll be honest with you. I think at this point, this is more of like a matchup one for me. I'm going with the New England Patriots +7 against the Denver Broncos. Denver has the I would say the 32nd, but just to make it easier, they have the absolute worst rushing defense in the NFL right now. You don't see Bailey Zappi throwing a ton of yards. It's going to be a very heavy Zeke, potentially Ramondre Stevenson
Who?
Stevenson game. Because I can't talk right. But he's questionable. Even if he doesn't play, I still like the Zeke play there. And I think Bill Belichick's kind of just tired of hearing shit. And yeah, he might be going elsewhere, but it's Sean Payton. This is like a classic Belichick Sean Payton. And I think that 7, I'd probably take the 7.5 if I was betting it, but for the sake of where it's at right now, +7 still feels right. So give me the Patriots at that +7. It's gonna be ugly. And Sean, this is one of our math plays. 7 points and a over under 34. So just give me
I love it. I take the team to cover in an under game. It's just a
yeah,
math play.
I'll
I
take
love it.
so let's roll. Let's roll Patriots.
I do like that a lot. Well, shit. Okay, I'm gonna go with my favorite as well because I don't know. I don't know what Sean's thinking over there, but I'm gonna go -3.5 Seattle Seahawks against the Tennessee Titans. Um, I mean, Drew Lock is locked in. He, dude, that was such a fun game. It was just great to see that last drive. I mean, his interview after he said told Jackson if he's open, he's gonna feed him that pill. Like fucking hell, dude. We're gonna ride this. We're gonna keep riding these backup waves. Maybe it will be Gino. Maybe Gino will be in, and that's fine. He's just as good, probably better. Well, better. But if Drew Lock is still the guy, I'll ride that wave. And if Gino's in, even better. So they are looking good. They are a very solid team. People forget about them, and they even forgot about them last year when what Detroit helped them get in. Oh, sorry. But Seahawks are a good team. Vic Carroll's a great coach. Just
Yep.
give me that all day. they're rolling. They're fighting. They're obviously not going to win the division, so they got to get that top wild card spot.
Yeah, I love that. I love
like
that.
it.
I was gonna say either. I mean, Locke's been on fire. Gino might have a little chip on his shoulder if he does get to play. So either way, I think you're in good shape with Seattle and the way that they looked.
It was great too. You like after that throw, Drew did his signature, put that coat on, whatever it is. I think it's a coat. And then you see Gino like, "Fuck yeah!" They banned
Yeah,
it.
that was awesome. Like that seems like a pretty tight knit locker room.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what you want to see at the end of the season, coming in last 3 games, and they're rolling.
No, I like that. I think might end up having
I
to play
love
that
that.
game as
I
well.
love that.
Yeah.
All righty. I'll go to my favorite. Give me the Miami Dolphins. It's essentially a pick 'em -1 against the Dallas Cowboys. Tough look for the Dallas Cowboys last week. They just got run. I mean, I don't think Allen even needed to pass for over 100 yards for them to beat the shit out of the Cowboys. And man, would they love to bounce back with a nice game against like the Commanders or the Giants? Nope, too bad. On to South Florida against this high flying, like, if you didn't like what you got punched in the face in terms of offensive firepower from the Bills, it's not going to stop now down in South Florida. So I like Miami to kind of keep the groove going. I think we get Tyreek back this week as well. Just a tough little stretch here for the Cowboys, who have already locked up a playoff berth. Of course, with the Eagles' losses, they have a very good chance to win the division. But I just think, better team at home here. Give me the Dolphins.
Yep. I love
Yeah.
that.
And this would be the game that Dak is also just like flops again. And it's just like,
Yeah, I mean, like they were. I mean, all the MVP praise he was getting. Them
Mhm.
maybe Super Bowl contenders. Did it get in their head a little bit? I don't know, but it'd be pretty classic Cowboys to start, rolling over here, a little correction territory.
Yeah.
But all right, on the back around the horn here, give me the Houston Texans +3 as my dog against the Cleveland Browns here. Stroud might miss this game again, but I didn't hate what I saw from Keenum, who is a professional quarterback, can run an offense. I thought that was very gritty of them to go into Tennessee. And yeah, Tennessee's not great, but that Tennessee team had just beat Miami the week before. Like, it's the National Football League. There's no, gimme games unless you're playing the Carolina Panthers. Sorry, Falcons. But yeah, I like Houston here. Of course, I'd like Stroud to play, but I think I just Cleveland getting a little too close to the sun for me. I don't trust Stefanski. I trust D'Amico Ryans. They got to play to get in here. Every win matters. I think they'll outright win this game, but I like that I'm getting 3 points here. If a push happens, a push happens. But yeah, and I like the Texans at home. And I like the Flacco thing. It's going to fall back to I got to believe at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. And also one quick thing on your Miami pick. If you're listening, probably good to get on this Miami pick. I feel like this could drag out to like a 1.5, 2.5 by kick. I feel like just the way that it's been looking. So if you can snag Miami -1 or money line while you can, do it before the lines change. I feel like that is one of those like too close. And I mean, I don't see it moving to
It's not going to go over 3.5, but
yeah. And I don't see it going to like Dallas -1.5 or anything.
Yeah.
Unless big money comes in. So yeah, take advantage of that Miami one. Love the Houston one as well.
Yeah. Shit. I'm gonna save that. I'll go to my under. Speaking of what Sam said earlier, I'm gonna roll with the Pats, Denver, under 34. It's just gonna be super sloppy game. Though Broncos defense or Broncos offense has looked better recently. Pats defense is super underrated, and it's easily a 17-10 game.
Yeah, that's a great pick right there.
Yeah.
Surprised it was even still out. I mean, it's fat.
Heavy
The
rush.
34 is a little scary, but I think should be all right.
I could see like
Yeah.
a 17-13 at
Mhm.
most. Like I don't think any team.
I know that's
Any
what you. I
team
know you don't
can
want to
beat right
push. I'm
under.
sorry, I said 17-10.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. It don't matter. 17-13, maybe the Patriots. How about that?
Maybe the Patriots, yeah, win 17.
It might. I mean, neither team has much to work with, and both are just heavy on the rush game right now.
Maybe the Pats
Uh,
win.
where is that game? I'm trying to. Oh, it's in Denver, so helps a little bit that it's not New England. I was gonna say New England would be an ugly one.
But it could be snowing.
Night game. It's
I
gonna be
was just
cold
gonna
as
say
fuck.
night game is
It's gonna be
always
cold as
ugly.
fuck.
Russell Wilson
It could be
not
cold.
good in night games, and neither is at least Appy. I mean, I don't even know if there's any records for him in the night games. Really,
Fuck that.
they flex him out.
He won. He won in Acrisure, previously known as Heinz Field, that night.
Okay, well, yeah, Thursday
Yeah,
night.
let's put him
Thursday.
up against an actual football team. I understand.
That's a fluke. That was a fluky ass game. That was just
Dude,
like
he looked like a Pro Bowl quarterback. That at
he
least the
did.
first half.
And then the next day he was terrible. So
Well, didn't Zeke have like 2 tutties and a bunch of yards?
Yeah,
yeah.
well, but a lot of like just good dump off passes and stuff.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about the game. Go ahead.
Get
No one wants to hear about that.
this one I'm a little hesitant about, but I think it should check out. I'm going Kansas City and Vegas. I had Kansas City and New England on the under 37 last week. Kansas City and Vegas under 41 this week. I think that it's just not going to be a pretty game. I don't know what to think. Oh, yeah, 41. Sorry. I don't know what I said. 41. Um, it's plus 10 for Vegas. I think they're probably going to be able to put up a little bit of points. Obviously, we can't expect a 63-point blowout against Kansas City, and there's a couple of last minute kind of plays with that Chiefs Pats game to really get that over the over under. But yeah, give me the Raiders Chiefs under 41. Chiefs and Raiders are both very heavy under teams most of this season. And so I think Aiden O'Connell and them get pretty leveled out. I also don't really like what the Chiefs are doing right now. I don't think they're looking too great. I know they beat the Patriots by 10 last week, but I don't know, man. The offense is not the same thing that it has been, and just don't really see that happening too much. Also in Kansas City on a Monday, Christmas Day, so maybe the boys had a little fun little, Christmas Eve just to get ready for the game. And in that off chance, you know what? Let me throw it back. How many unders hit in NBA Christmas Day games? I'm gonna just use the same logic there. It's gonna be an under game. It's Christmas Day. No one wants to fucking play on Christmas. Pat wants to go hang with his wife and his kids. Aiden O'Connell wants to hang with his boys, chill. Don't know if Josh Jacobs is playing. So yeah, give me that.
This screams like um, Kansas City having like a 7 minute drive, like in the second half, just absolutely taking the air out of the ball, sitting on a lead.
Yep.
Yep.
I I see Vegas scoring like one quick. Like it's one of those like Kansas City games where like they get scored on real fast and then they're like, let's just eat the clock up. Let's make this ugly. Like we're not letting them score another touchdown. So I could even see it being like a 23 like 10 game or something like that. So give me
Yeah, I don't know the stats in front to back this up, but just Sean's stat, I feel like I always see little Jerick McKinnon score when they're playing against the Raiders.
wouldn't be
Might
surprised.
throw a little on that just for some reason. I feel like he always scores against them.
I know a kid who played in fantasy played both he played both Kansas City running backs last week and they both scored 17.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, he didn't have any other option, but he played him. So I was like, damn, that's a bummer. Um, the other one I'm gonna go with, honestly, I think this team self covers their over under. They are 12.5 point favorites, but they've got a feisty Chargers team that they're playing. I think the Buffalo Bills roll over the Chargers. And I think Easton Stick just does just enough to make it. He might score 14. I think that the Buffalo Bills will score 31 plus. Give me the Buffalo Chargers over 44. Too low, too low.
Yeah, I agree. It was too low for me as well. Yeah, I don't blame you one bit. I'll go with my second over, and that will be the Arizona Cardinals and Chicago Bears.
That was what I was
I
between.
mean, 43 also seems kind of low. If
Yep.
we're looking at what the Bears offense is kind of the Browns defense is super good. But they can put up points and so can Arizona. I mean, they're a little sneaky. They can catch our defense lacking, or we'll grab another pick six from Tremaine Edmonds, maybe a little Jalen Johnson action. He's been looking good. So maybe it's just a fucking 35-13 blowout for the Bears, which I would love.
Hell
But
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. That would be awesome.
I mean, yeah. So I like that over no matter what. If anything, it will be super close game. Even like a 24-24, like coming into whoever's final drive. So
Very nice.
I like
Very
that a lot.
nice.
I was,
Yeah,
I was,
I eyed that as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Max, I'm gonna go back to I won't add too much. You talked about it. I think Seattle puts the clamps on the Titans here. I don't foresee them, kind of throwing up a massive score, but a nice 24-13 type of win gets the job done. Give me an under in Seattle, Tennessee. Uh,
mhm.
Under 41 and a half there. And then to just I'm just going to piggyback on things you guys have already said. Sam talked about how the Bills are, going to go, they're going scorched earth mode. They're back right now. They need every win. They got a win last week with Josh Allen having under 100 passing yards. I can imagine they joked around and were making fun of him in the meetings this week. Give me Josh Allen over 246 and a half passing yards. They're going to make sure that, like, especially even in some garbage time here, that they let their man cook, especially if they run the table, beat Miami in the last week, win the AFC East. They're going to be making sure his stats look all right if he wants to get in that MVP situation. Give me all the yards.
I like that.
yep, 100%.
Yeah, and Chargers defense has some big assholes. So
Some big assholes or big assholes?
big ass pause holes. So I like that a lot. Yeah, I'll keep it on the prop train, and I will say for our long-term listeners and who have known from last year how I loved my Darnell Mooney over longest reception yards. We kind of got a new sheriff in town right now, and his name is DJ Moore. And it might be a little too high, but 24 and a half for his longest reception at minus 110 seems kind of tasty to me. And I didn't do the research on what his longest on his recent games have been. But I can guarantee you it's if not like 30 yards, it's right at like 24, 25, 26. Like there's gonna be a bomb or a screen for like 30 yards. Like
Yeah.
you never know. Like I think a 24 and a half is a fantastic one.
And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, if we're looking at, I'm looking at the depth chart for Arizona Cardinals cornerbacks. No disrespect, because I obviously couldn't be in the league, but I have not heard of any of these corners. Antonio Hamilton Sr., Garrett Williams, Starling Thomas, Clark, Marco Wilson, and the Jalen Thompson is their safety. The only guy you've heard of in the Arizona secondary is
Buda
Buda
Baker.
Baker. And other than that, there is absolutely no one I have fucking heard of. So love that, unless I'm
Some real
disrespecting.
children of the corn out there.
Very
Yeah.
good. Just pulled up the stats real quick. 27 against the Browns, 38, 36, 39, and then 16.
Okay.
So that was against Carolina, and that was a super ugly game.
Max,
So
I'm missing out. I've been missing the the longest reception play.
Yeah. Right. About
It,
time.
it feels good. It feels like the holidays. Like we're getting back, with some family. You don't see them all the time, but when you get back, the conversation picks right back up.
Exactly. I love it. And even when I did it last year with Mooney, I think like 3 out of 4, 3 out of 5 hit. So
And interesting you bring that up. Is it? It's my turn, right? Yeah.
yeah, you're good.
Interesting you bring that up because not only do I have one touchdown prop, I have two. I have a touchdown prop for my prop.
Arliss prop.
Whoa.
Max,
Oh, shit.
when you said I'm gonna go back to the well, when I go back to the well for the touchdown prop or the prop, I thought you were going this way. So you know what? I'll add this guy as my prop, and since I'm up next after that, I'll give you my touchdown parlay after that. Give me Justin Fields anytime Tud as my prop.
Ooh.
I love me some Fields. He is at a beautiful plus 120. That is absolutely unheard of. This game is going to be high scoring. I completely agree with you, Max. I was very torn between the Chargers Buffalo over and the Arizona one. But I knew I was going to get a little bit of that later. So give me Justin Fields on the anytime touchdown as my prop. And for the touchdown parlay, give something that Sean even mentioned with Mr. Josh Allen. He said Josh Allen's going to cook. So, you know who's going to cook too? And who he's going to cook with? Mr. James Cook from the Buffalo Bills. On my list,
Ooh.
Cook on that Tud. He's going off. Just give me the beans. I went with two guys who got to score if we're going over. Fields, Cook, love it. I love the Tuds. We're going Tuds all weekend, baby. Give me that. And I am going to pull up that odds. I have
Already
it
got it. -135 DraftKings.
minus 135. I did want to use the one that was a little juicier for the parlay. That's why I kept Fields for the prop. I love the plus 120, but hey, let's keep Cook there. And let's get this touchdown parlay locked up before Christmas and give everyone a
Thank you
little
for your
Christmas
service.
cheer.
You kept the layup for the TD parlay. We got to hit. The people have been saying, what the fuck, fellas?
I know. And it
Oh,
ain't no round robin bullshit. We got to hit this one this time. We got it. We got it. So lock it up. Let's get it.
I will ride with the man, the plan. They call him good old K9, Kenneth Walker, -115. He is a dog. I had him last week. He's the man, and I don't see how they could not. Whether whoever's in at quarterback, they still are going to feed the dog, and I love it.
Feed the dog. He looked back last week.
He did look bad.
Mhm. He looked very bad.
Well, all right. Well, to finish it up, let me see. For some reason, they don't have this game up on DraftKings. Let me see if they do. Just on. Oh, yeah, we do. All right. Perfect. All right. What do you real? We're not talking like. I mean, probably sure. What do you guys think on like offensive rookie of the year? Because this team has two of them.
Like Zay? No, then it would have
Maybe.
been.
Are you going CJ and Tank Dell?
That's pretty good. What if
But
I
they're
told
both
you
out.
this team has two and neither are a quarterback? One's this, fucking Midwestern tight end from tight end university. All he does
Oh, Laporta.
is touchdowns. And what if I told you there's another player who has an even better chance to score because all he fucking does is put the rock in the end zone? Jahmyr Gibbs, let's finish off the touchdown. Give us the running backs, plus 105. I love it. I love it. I love it. I know we'll get the fellas will kind of get rocking and rolling on that.
Yeah,
there.
plus 105.
So it's plus 105 in the
Yep.
in the duel right now.
No. You're good. I'm looking for the parlay sake. Yep.
Yeah.
I threw in Pacheco for odds, but
Yeah, I mean, if you find another 105,
he's 105.
It's not on
So-
DraftKings.
Yep. So I just plugged in Pacheco for odds sake because he's plus 105 as well. So Kenneth Walker, James Cook, and Mr. Jahmyr Gibbs. If we parlay that, that's a plus 567 parlay, right?
All right.
Yeah.
And just this is the time it's gonna hit here. And I'm glad I wanted to kind of finish last. Unfortunately I gotta hop off here. I know the fellas still got some more to talk about. here. But just wanted to take a second in the Christmas spirit. Love you guys. Love the listeners. Love, hopping on every Thursday and talking ball and talking bets. Are we going to hit all of them? No. We're not always going to hit some home runs, but God damn it, we're going to hit some singles. We're going to hit some doubles. We might even hit some triples sometimes. Sometimes we might go 5-0. Sometimes we might go 0-5, but wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. Look forward to seeing you guys live in the flesh in a few days. Go Gunners, go Stillers, go Packers, go Bears. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hey.
Sorry to have to hop off here.
No, enjoy your holiday party. Don't drink too much and don't say anything dumb to the CEO that you shouldn't say. All right. Enjoy yourself though, bud. It's free booze. Yeah. he's like, motherfucker, I'm out. Love that. I was gonna say Sean's absolutely cooking on the NFL thing. So he's rolling. He's in his bread and butter right now. Max, you're cooking on the NFL as well. After this past week, I just ducked under 500 on football, but college football is still bailing me out on the full season slate. I love all these picks, plus 567. Max, any honorable mentions or just games we haven't talked about that you want to bring up real quick?
No, I can't think of much. Bears, I think it's kind there. You never know. I was thinking after the win against the Lions, we could win out and make playoffs. Right now, I'm not thinking so much about it, but you never know what happens. We got to beat the Cardinals. Again, we already have Panthers picks, so guaranteed top three. I don't know what will happen. Probably guaranteed top two even. But you never know what will happen. So I think we just gotta get rolling and see what happens.
We're still in the boat of maybe either trading the number one pick or maybe just snagging
I
Marvin.
kind of just want to grab Marvin. I don't give a fuck if we have one. I mean, get him at one. I mean, I guess if like, because I'm scared. Like, say it's us then Pats and Bill Belichick or and Robert Kraft are like, yeah, like whatever, yeah, we're gonna draft Caleb, trade with them, and then they draft like Marvin Harrison, and we're like, what the fuck? And we just get fucked. Like Marv, no one's gonna be like, oh, you guys are fucking stupid for drafting Marvin at one. Like no one's gonna come out and say that. I think it's a safe play. Maybe if you can get a little contract written, say we will definitely draft Caleb Williams or Drake May instead of Marvin Harrison, then trade it. But like, dude, just grab him at 1-1. Who fucking cares? We'll have another top 15 wherever we end up being. So
I think what you've seen from Montez Sweat has really helped y'all's case.
dude,
Like, yeah, you want to build the pass the rush like the pass and rush defense. Like you want to build that front seven, but at the same time, you can get your offensive weapon. And then it's like, okay, we have DJ Moore and Marvin Harrison, Cole Kmet, decent offensive line. You can probably find some value in the later rounds, second, third, fourth round, even. And then say, hey, you know what? Fields has everything he needs. Is he going to do well next year? If he takes that next step forward, you're good. And then you still have that like what top 10 to 15 pick with that second one and offensive line if you want, or you go build the defense. Like I think you're in good shape there. I think it's kind of silly to like it's not a fuck what's his name? It's not a Josh Rosen situation in Arizona.
oh,
Like Josh Rosen was like clearly like he was like 3 for like 14 and like 12 yards and like 2 picks. Like it wasn't like Fields has been doing that because even on Fields's days where he had that, he'd still rush for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it's like, okay, like what are you gonna fault Jalen Hurts for doing the same shit? Like you're still gonna ride with Jalen Hurts. Like you just have to build around him. And you know what? It's a damn shame that you have to build around a quarterback. I mean, everyone else does, right? So it's one of those things where it's like perfect situation for the Bears. Unfortunately, it's good for the Bears, not good for the Packers, but I like where Fields is going. I think the Bears are in the right direction, and I mean, minus
Yeah,
four, -4 against Arizona is kind of a slap in the dick, dude. Like, I think I might hammer that
to
shit.
us or to us.
I think it was -4 when I was just looking at it. I might have changed, but
Well, like you're saying, slapping the dick to like us. You think we're gonna
yeah, yeah, Arizona's butt cheeks, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll backtrack for 1 second, just
Yep.
because you were comparing. You're like not Josh Rosen. I feel like Fields is kind of more on like a Baker path, you know, like
Like
when he got
maybe
drafted by the Browns and just like not saying we're gonna like dish him and like all, but like it took him some time to like get some help and like look pretty solid. But like he's always like looked good. It just like people were always hating on him. Like it was just kind of like the media, just like he's not fucking worthy. Like he was a stud in college, but it didn't transfer. Like I feel like he's kind of like if you can compare to how if there's any close comparison to a career start in the NFL, Justin Fields and Baker kind of I feel like are kind of hand in hand.
Yeah, yeah. I don't hate that comparison. I don't hate that one bit. Also I was just looking, so just for more, I mean,
I just had to say that.
no, 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 more for listeners, I guess, but for us too. On Sunday, Christmas Eve, Packers play at 1, Bears play at 4. You parlay just the money lines plus 110 right now. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's, I mean,
Should we make it the Carlin family parlay or yeah, Carlin family parlay?
yeah, just the Garland family parlay plus 110. It's so funny because as I was trying to pull it up, the Bears line dropped a smidge. So it went from plus 114 to plus 110 because, you know, we on this podcast move lines because that's what we do. So I love that. I love the over in Chicago, Arizona. I'm looking at some maybe honorable mentions. You guys pretty much hit on all of them, honestly. The other one I liked from a favorite perspective, I kind of hit on it with the over. I like the Bills minus 12 and a half. I know that's like a very ugly line, but if they just couldn't cover 42 against the Raiders, there's no way they cover 12 and a half against the Bills. So I like that one. And then I'm just gonna ask Sean's opinion, but he had to hop off real quick. But Cincy Pittsburgh under 38 was my other uh kind of
Yeah.
big honorable mention there.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, um, Mason Rudolph, there's a little what is it? It's
Yeah,
Stat Muse, right? That's the website, Stat Muse.
I think so, yeah.
Where they have the little cartoon picture with the stat underneath.
Mhm.
They said Mason Rudolph is 3-0 against the Bengals as a starter.
Damn.
And
Might be worth
so
looking
that's
into.
why
Plus
I
money
was
on
like, I'm
Saturday.
saying, because I was like, fuck, I kind of like, the Jake Browning effect, but I was like, shit, I remembered that last second, so I didn't even write him down.
It's I mean, the Colts game's not a great example last week, but usually when the Steelers are dogs, it's when they usually come to play. But I
True.
like that. Oh, Indy, Atlanta under 44 and a half. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
then Commies and the Jets under 37. I think that's all I had for honorable mentions.
yeah, those are good.
I dig it. Anything else on the football front, on the basketball front? I know we got some picks, but we'll get into the college basketball once football's kind of wrapped up because there's still a lot of I mean, Baylor lost to Duke last night. Seton Hall beat UConn. Oklahoma lost to UNC. So I don't know if I feel comfortable even really placing a lot of bets on the hoop side. But
Good. Jesus.
yeah. Anything else from you? Oh, sneeze McGee's. Anything else from you?
No, I will say nothing. I won't go in depth in anything. But UFC last weekend,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
just a great card to end the year. They won't be back until I think like January 12th or something.
Okay.
Or I guess 13th, I think is that Saturday. But great ending. Leon versus Colby was a very boring fight. But other than that, fantastic card. The Robo and Pantoja fight was fantastic. It the Lipski fight, the girl fight was they were bloody. It was just a great card to end the year. So love my UFC, and it's gonna be a great. There's some great fucking pay-per-view fights coming early next year, and we'll be
Yep.
talking about it for sure.
Oh, you better believe we're getting Sep's bitch ass on here. I know you guys have Ann Still, but if we got to bring Ann Still on here just to make it
Hey,
happen.
Step, if he's listening, you little shit bag, and he just fucking, I don't have time, motherfucker. I don't have time either, but I make time. So
Yep. And when we're in primo UFC, we'll have to get his ass on because we need that once football and basketball start getting too ahead. But I
yeah.
love that.
Cocksucker said he was gonna send me his picks for Saturday's card on Thursday. He's like, "You're potting?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, I'll send you." Never fucking send me shit.
God damn. Seth,
Shit.
if you're listening, get your ass out
I
here.
hope he's fucking listening.
Yeah, you better be. Yeah, no, I'm excited. There's a lot of good. Oh, real quick thought on the Dreykus and Strickland shit. Is that just like what Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell are doing for their new movie that's coming out tomorrow? Like, are they just trying to promote it, or what are we doing? I mean, I'm all for grabbing boobs and flirting and shit, but I mean, Jesus, start swinging hands. It's a whole different ball game.
Dude, I don't think so. Maybe, but knowing Sean Strickland, he obviously all right. You know what I mean when I say obviously I don't fucking know the guy, but his personality, like he's one of the realest ones in the UFC. He
I
says what
love
he means, he
Strickland.
does what he means, but yeah, I think yeah. I mean, you saw him. It was so funny. He was like Gilbert Burns was sitting right behind him with his daughter and wife or girlfriend, I don't know who, but yeah, he just like scooch over a little and then just fucking just comes down with the fucking and apparently people were like Sean Strickland ended up getting like knocked out because when they picked him up off the floor, he looked like dazed and like kind of limp. And they're like, shit, Sean ended up getting knocked out. But all said and done, I mean he got kicked out of the venue. I don't know if Duplessis did, but John got kicked out, and
When I saw
so I
Duplessis,
think it was 100% real. Honestly, I mean, it's stupid. Like that's kind of not really good for like everyone's like safety. Like you don't want that fucking sitting in the stands. I mean, you had like Brendan Allen was sitting right next to him. He was in that shot. You just have like all these people around. Like you mean fucking Gilbert's daughter. Like she's like she looked like she was like 9 years old. Like it's just you don't want that. But I guess I mean he's probably gonna get in trouble, like a little fine or something. It's just shows that he's a fucking I guess dedicated dude, and he's emotional. He's got a if you haven't seen, well,
well,
I don't know.
he said that Dreykus said he go. I think he said something about how Dreykus kind of crossed the line about his childhood or something like that, and
Well,
then it's
they
like,
yeah him O'Malley and Dreykus did that at the press conference. They said some stuff that I won't reiterate, but
yeah,
it's just about him and his father. But yeah, so
yeah, that's sensitive. Yeah, I mean,
but then again, Sean, I mean, Sean's talking about people's child. Like he does this, he's got to be able to take it a little more on the chin.
more than what he's
He
doing.
says that to people too. So
Yep. No, I hear that. I hear that. I'm trying to pull up. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there's any college hoops I might be able to get on Saturday. No, nothing.
ooh,
Yeah, but yeah, no, I think that helps that fight because it is Dreykus and Strickland next, right? That's in like a month
I
or two.
what, 297?
I think that sounds right. Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Oh, I dig it. That's probably good. Take a little break.
Super good as well. Apparently, Grasso and Zhang Weili are going to be fighting at 125 for the belt. So,
I like that. That'll be a good one.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other sports takes we got to get off? No Sam Draymond Green rant this time.
No, Blackhawks are looking rough. I almost said Blackhawks, but Blackhawks are looking
Awesome.
very bad. But Bedard's looking good, so good to see. We'll see where it goes. Bulls are kind of turning around. Kobe
Oh, his
fucking White.
PRA is over like 30 and a half every single game since Levine's gone. So betters. Look at that.
Yeah, he's looking very good. So
Take that.
Jed needs to do something. Cubbies need to do something in the offseason. I'll end it there.
No, I dig it. I dig it. Might have to pod a little early next week. On Thursday night, I will be up in the air on the way to the Kiwi land of New Zealand.
Oh yeah.
So might have to pod a little early next week, but getting into college football
Next
playoff.
week off, so it doesn't even matter.
Yep. So college football playoff week should be good. Looking forward to getting into those games. We've seen the lines move a bit, but ready to lock those in. So college football playoff next week, the big bowl games that kind of matter. I know we haven't talked a lot of college football, but it's one of those things where it's like you got guys missing half the games, you got people sitting out, stuff like that. But college football playoff, everyone's playing, everyone's looking to that. So ready to lock those picks in, get looking forward to the new year. And we will be next time we talk, everyone will have celebrated Christmas. We got Hanukkah, Kwanzaa as well. So happy holidays to everyone who is listening. But I know we've got a bunch of family coming in, and the Carlin fam will be having a great time this weekend and Monday. So looking forward to that. Any picks that we don't give out on this pod right now, we will make sure if anything that comes up, we'll post on, a story or something like that. Cause, lines change, people, injuries, stuff like that.
Maybe some NBA stuff for Christmas Day.
Ooh, I like that. I like some Christmas Day. I'll just preface it right now. First half unders on Christmas Day, always a good move. Totals, full game totals, But first half, everyone likes to start a little slow, a little full from all the good, yummy food they eat. But
The night before, yeah.
we will get into that bag next week. And anything else that pops up, we will be sure to let you guys know. Thanks everyone for listening, and let's have ourselves a good little weekend. Enjoy yourselves, and don't eat too much ham, turkey, bacon, fucking
Mac and
drink
cheese.
too much beer, mac and cheese. Do it all.
We're
Fuck it.
gonna
Do it
fucking
all. Do it all. Do it all. We don't care. We don't care. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna eat all the fucking shit. We're gonna drink all the shit, and we're gonna have ourselves a merry, 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 merry fucking holiday. So, Max, thanks, buddy, for listening. I like that shirt, by the way. I don't know why I'm just telling you this now, but I like that shirt that you're wearing. Was that like that's like a
It's
purpley.
like purple, yeah. It's a little crew neck. Like a little
I
pockets.
like that little fuchsia or something. I like that a lot. So,
I'm going on, baby.
sweet. Well, I will see you in a couple days. We'll see Sean in a couple days. Everyone else listening, thanks for listening. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Best of luck to you tomorrow.